Hi guys, this is Phoenix Bell here, and I am going to show you guys how to use a pendulum today, or pendulum-like object. So, first, you want to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to get more videos from me. Just playing, but seriously, if you hit those, you get more videos from me. And yeah, I now have, a shop open on Etsy. It's called Death Moth Apothecary, and I will put that down below. But everything else remains the Galactic Witch, and all of that will also be down below. Please check out my shop. Even if you don't purchase anything, it's just fun to check it out. So far I have mystery boxes on there, which are a lot of fun for like a witch mystery box and a crystal mystery box. Super excited about both of them. I'm actually currently sold out of both, I believe, and I'm working on getting pre-orders for the next round. But yeah, so enough about my side life. Let's get back to how to use a pendulum or a pendulum-like object, because today I am not using a pendulum. I'm using a pendulum-like object. And I'm doing that because I want you guys to see the versatility of pendulums and sentimental necklaces and things of that sort. So this is a sentimental necklace for me. I am going to request to speak to my higher self. You don't necessarily have to request to speak to someone or something, but it is personally recommended because otherwise you're talking to the crystal. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just prefer to talk to somebody that I know has my answers. Because at least from what I understand, a crystal can only talk about its own experiences type of deal. Talk about what it knows. While my higher self is going to know more about me. So personally, I choose to speak to somebody or some being rather than just the crystal. But so on to the first step. So like I said, I chose a necklace. This necklace does have a crystal in it. It's mother of pearl, which is great for protection and family and things of that sort. It was given to me by my family, and so it is sentimental to me. I do love it, and it's just long enough that I'm okay with using it as a pendulum, because I generally hold it, all my pendulums like this. I just dangle the chain over it. Now there is old wives' tales and stuff, like you could do this with pregnancies, and what you do is you take like a ring and a lock of hair, not a lock, a strand of hair, or a needle, and you tie it to either object, and then you use it like that. So you can make your own pendulums. But for this purpose, I'm going to use a necklace. And this is a chain, crystal, metal. You could use anything really, though. I've used necklaces that had wood on them. I've used cords. Really, whatever you can find that has something that's balanced or can be balanced, and some sort of chain or cord so you can dangle it, okay? Like, I wouldn't suggest tying like a t-shirt to something and using that. That's way too big, bulky, and it's probably not going to be balanced or move the way you want. It could, but probably not. So something smaller, something that can be balanced, and something that can dangle. Okay. So first, because this is not a pendulum, I'm going to charge it with the intent that it has the power to be a pendulum, has the power to give me answers. And I'm going to fill it with light, just because I haven't cleansed this necklace in probably a good week. So I'm going to cleanse it. I'm going to remove the energy, and by doing that, I'm going counterclockwise over top of it, with the intent that I'm cleansing any energy that is not of higher purpose. And then I'm going to charge it with white light and the energy to give answers, give clarity with light and love, and to bring protection And then once you feel like that is done, you can also just hold it in your hands like this. You don't have to do the circles. I just like them. But you can just hold it in your hands to cleanse it and charge it. But now that I've given it that power, I've given it that intent, I'm going to go ahead and get in my pendulum positioning. So like I said, I just dangle the cord over my hand like this. Okay. Now that I've cleansed it, I've charged it, I'm going to say I request to speak with my higher self through this pendulum. And only my higher self. Be very clear about that, okay? Because you are opening a window with the other side. You do not want unwanted things or beings coming through. So be very clear about who you're talking to if you choose someone. Otherwise, say something along the lines of, I want to speak to a higher vibrational being. I would like to speak to a higher vibrational angel. I'd like to speak to the crystal itself. I'd like to speak to my pendulum directly. Say something along those lines, okay? Perfect. So you don't always have to pick someone directly, but you do need to be specific about what vibration you're looking to speak with. Excuse me. Sorry, pardon me. But okay, so I am looking to speak with my higher self directly, and only my higher self may come through. We are protected. I have a bubble of protection around us, where only myself and my higher self are allowed in. We will keep this conversation high vibrational with love, light, and clarity. When you are ready, can you show me what a yes looks like from you? Okay, so now I am not moving at all. Thank you, stop. So I asked, when you're ready, show me a yes. And right on point with pendulum sessions in the past, my higher self used circles for yes. Thank you. Stop. I'm always showing gratitude to whoever I'm speaking with. Every time they answer something, I'm always like, thank you. And I tell them it's okay to stop the pendulum once I feel I have the answer and I'm right with the answer. Like I'm not questioning. I don't feel like anything else is going to happen, because every once in a while you might get a yes and then it might switch to a no, or it might just stop. And you're like, okay, I don't feel right about that, or it might go slow. And we'll go over all of those different types of answers in here. We'll ask my higher self to show some different types of answers, okay? But always make sure that you feel right about the answer, okay? Like you don't feel like there's anything else to do with it. It's just straight yes or no. Okay, can you show me a no when you're ready, please? All right, thank you. Stop. And then right on point with the past sessions, my higher self went back and forth for a no. Oh, well, you guys can... There, we'll try it over here. Can you show me a no, please? Thank you. Stop. Can you show me a yes? Thank you. Stop. Sorry, I just realized my shirt's a little busy, so I want to make sure that you guys can see it. Can you show me a maybe or no answer? Okay, guys, and for that, there's little to no movement. The only movement I can see is from me breathing. So there's like a little teeny bit of movement, but it's really nothing. And I can honestly say, okay, I'm just breathing, like, because it's matching my breath. Can you show me what an unsure yes would look like? Okay, so see, that's very, very light, very subtle. Like, the yes is there, but it's so small that it's like, okay, can you show me what a definite yes looks like? Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that as well as I can. That picked up speed pretty quickly. It was going in a larger circle. That was a definite yes for me. And if your higher self or whoever you talk to does back and forth for yes instead of circles, it'd be the same thing. It would just be a light back and forth or dramatic back and forth, okay? Can you show me what an uncertain no would look like? Okay, so same thing. It's very light back and forth, okay? Can you show me what a definite no would look like? Okay, so once again, picked up speed pretty quickly, and it's going much wider than the first one, or than the unsure no. Okay. Can you show me what a yes, but it's going to be rocky looks like? Okay, so this is one that I want you guys to definitely ask your pendulum to show you. Because for me, basically what it looks like, thank you, stop, is like it's going like this. So it is a circle, but it's not like this kind of circle. It's more like a flower petal, like a pointy flower petal. Okay, so it's yes, but it's almost turning into a no as well because it's rocky. So there's going to be turbulence to get it. Can you show me what a rocky no looks like? Okay, and that's almost the same type of shape. So it can be hard to tell once in a while, but the no, at least for me, is a lot thinner. Oh, and she changed it too. She got a lot slower with it. Thank you. So instead of like this, it's like this. So there's still a little bit of curve in it, but it's not a big curve, okay? So that can be a little hard, and I want you to ask these questions directly to your pendulum before really getting into asking questions, because you want to know what these answers look like before you get them, okay? Can you show me what a yes looks like, that there's more, but there's more to it? Okay, so for this one, it seems my higher self is choosing to do much wider circles. Should turn it to a regular yes, please. Yeah. Thank you. Stop. Thank you. So it's much, much wider circles. It's way more dramatic for the yes, but there's more to the answer. Like, it's not going to be a straight yes either. So those are the types of questions I want you to ask your pendulum first, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and ask some sample questions, and I am going to actually ask my higher self to lie to me. Okay. That's not typical. You don't usually ask your higher self or your pendulum to lie to you. But I'm going to ask them to. So I give my higher self permission to lie to me on 2 questions. Okay, 2 questions. And see, I'm very direct. I'm very like, okay, you get 2 questions to have fun with this. Am I 30 years old? Okay, so it's saying yes. I am not 30 years old. Is my maiden name Belle? Okay, so she gave me kind of an uncertain yes. My maiden name is not Belle. Okay, now, is my mother's maiden name Decker? Okay, my mother's maiden name is Decker, so she listened. We're back at truthful answers. Am I 24 years old? Okay, yes, I am. So, there we go. Okay, now, if you get untruthful answers in your first couple of questions, once you've gone through the getting to know your pendulum or the being that you're speaking with, what I want you to do is close it out. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First, you say thank you for your time. Thank you for your answers. I now am ending this. I'm closing this window. You are released. Your energy is released. Please go back to where you belong or where you came from, whatever you were doing. I am done. Okay? And then you put it in your hand, close it out. Sometimes I've been known to blow on my pendulum to help clear out the energy. And then if you don't feel right, like you feel like something came through, sage, smudge, do whatever you have to do, or whatever you do to cleanse yourself in your area. Open a window and then do that. Make sure that you are prepared to do that, because it doesn't happen. You don't hear about it that often, but it can happen. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen and it's just kind of a janky session. Also, that happens more often than not. It's just a janky session. Try again. But what I want you to do, if that happens, is go back to step 1 with the cleansing and charging and do it again. And you're going to do that either way, whether you feel right about the energy or not. But I want you to go back to cleansing and charging, and then you can try again. If you feel like it needs more time, you can go ahead and charge, like if it's a stone pendulum or a metal pendulum, charge it in the sun or the moon, whichever is right for that crystal. If it continues to happen, like it just isn't working out for you in this crystal, you have a couple of options. The first recommended option is to bury it and leave it for at minimum 2 weeks, if not longer. I know that's a long time to go without your brand new pendulum, and that sucks, but that is going to center it and reground it with Mother Earth, and that's going to bring its energy back to where it belongs. Now, if you do that and you still feel like it's just not right, you can either bury it and leave it there, call it for what it is, or you can put it in salt for a little while. Now, the reason why salt is like the last resort is because for crystals, salt basically takes them back to step 1. They basically, it's like giving them amnesia. And so that's recommended for like the final resort, because you're basically going to have to completely retrain that crystal. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but how would you feel if you got amnesia? And then, or if you lost all your memories, it kind of sucks. But you may not remember it. So it's kind of a give and take there. So that's your last resort. I highly recommend burying it instead, and giving that some time. Now you can also, for certain crystals, cleanse and recharge them in water, like moon water, or sun water, whichever you prefer. But you have to make sure that it's right for that crystal, okay? Like, don't go putting a selenite pendulum in water, okay? It's going to fall apart on you. Now, let me just backtrack real quick and make sure we got everything that is necessary for how to use pendulums. Storing pendulums is totally personal preference. Some people keep them on their altars. Some people keep them like as a necklace, or I know I had a friend that hung hers in her vehicle. Some people keep them in their purse and they just pull them out whenever they feel like, cleanse them once in a while, or every so often. Some people cleanse them every time they use them. That's also a personal preference. That is specific to your relationship with your pendulum, okay? Pretty much all of this is specific to your relationship with your pendulum, because everyone's relationship and every pendulum is going to be different. So I believe that I touched on everything that I can think of. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I will do my best to answer everything that I can. If I can't, I will try to get you a resource that will answer it. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.